We are back with another video, YouTube! Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. Are the defense and prosecution ready? As ready as they'll ever be, Your Honor. Oh ho, a fresh face. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. What is your name, Missy? Jun Rai, Your Honor. I'm a new defense attorney. Well, you've certainly gotten yourself into quite a first case. Oh, then I shall tell you what I tell all the new faces. I do not tolerate monkey business in my courtroom. Ah, right. Noted. No monkey business. Oh, then I suppose that rules out my swinging on the ceiling defense. What? Well then. I don't recall you ever saying anything like that to me. Then perhaps your memory fails you, Mr. Wright. Possibly, but I don't believe that's the case, Your Honor. For all my shortcomings, memory is one thing that never fails me. Mr. Wright, the trial has not even begun and already you seem to wish to bicker with me. I did no such things. I assure you, that is certainly what you are doing. Please do not speak unless you are spoken to. He's already on the judge's bad side. Not good. Now then, is the prosecution ready? The prosecution. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. That's Mr. Edgeworth, no doubt about it, but he looks so exhausted. Are you sure, Mr. Edgeworth? Is there any reason to suspect that I'm not? Well, if you don't mind me saying, you look as if you hadn't slept for a week. Not a bad guess, Your Honor. Though, I'd peg it closer to 4 days. The prosecutor's office is extremely busy at this time of year, so it really can't be helped. Mr. Edgeworth, this is unacceptable. Surely you could have another prosecutor stand in, or... With all due respect, I'm perfectly fine, Your Honor. Instead of worrying about my health, you should simply focus on the trial. Fret not. I wouldn't stand here before the court if I wasn't in prime prosecuting condition. All these long hours are going to put you in glasses well before your time, Mr. Edgeworth. I think they already did in the recent games, I think. Yeah. Still, I can't argue with the prosecutor's office. You may choose to continue to prosecute. It's not a matter of choice. It's a matter of duty and honor. If you wish to worry for anyone's well-being, Your Honor, it should be Mr. Wright's. Yeah, hello to you too. You do realize that this case you've gotten yourself tangled up in is open and shut, right? You say that like I'm too ignorant to put it together myself. Just like you, for some reason, seem to think that I'm actually guilty. I trust the evidence, right? My own opinion of you is irrelevant. Funny you should mention evidence in my presence. Right, the longer you keep living in the past. If you have your way, I won't live for much longer at all. And besides, I have moved on. Like, becoming a petty gambler? Wait, isn't gambling... Sorry, a what? Figure of speech, Your Honor. Yes, of course. I see you've been keeping notes. Then shall we have a little wager? Still a figure of speech, Your Honor. Let's see, I bet that you've made a terrible mistake. Cute. Enough. I will have no gambling in my courtroom. Mr. I, please control your client or be held in contempt. How is it my fault? Mr. Edgeworth, please give us your opening statement. Actually, Your Honor, before it is pointed out, the prosecutor's office would like to apologize for such a delay in these proceedings. As you are without a doubt aware, the crime in question took place 3 nights ago. I had mentioned earlier that the nature of our work had grown rather complicated recently. The police had officially closed their investigation on the night of the murder, but the matter of finding a prosecutor was rather problematic. I myself got the chance to familiarize myself with the case only last night, in fact. While a bit unusual, I assure you that there is no need to apologize, Mr. Edgeworth. You may begin. Very well, Your Honor. As I have just stated, the crime in question occurred 3 nights ago. In the walls of the state prison. The defendant, Mr. Wright, had scheduled a meeting in the cell of the victim, Mr. Red White. The prosecution asserts that it was during this meeting that Mr. Wright strangled Mr. White. Bleh. What? Wright, White. Very similar names in pronunciation. Bleh. We intend to prove this through evidence found at the scene and evidence showing that this crime was only possible for Mr. Wright to commit. And that's despite the nonsense he may wish you to believe. I know what I saw, Edgeworth. Just as I know what you didn't see. However, that shall be discussed once you are inevitably brought to the stand to speak for yourself. Until then, the prosecution would like to summon the detective in charge of the case to present all of the aforementioned evidence to the court. Very well. You may summon them. I assumed nothing on the contrary, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Detective Barker Mortimer to the stand. What? Who the hell is that? This face. Oh. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Whoa, baby. That's just not groovy. You've gotta give me some time. Let me make this a real man's introduction. You need time to say your own name? This is a courtroom, not a circus, detective. The name's Tortimer. The name's Tortimer. Barker Tortimer. And I'm a true American hero. A dashing detective. A king of justice. The lone cowboy riding into the sunset after justice is served. The dashing prince of this side of our great nation. Winner of this year's annual hair contest. As you can tell, all the ladies want me and all the men want to beat me. So remember the name, evildoers. The Barker boy is on your trail. I think I nailed the accent or whatever. Yeah! I think I definitely nailed it. Yeah. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure why you found the need to shout necessary, detective. I assure you, you already had the court's attention. Lame, bro. You totally ignored my introduction. Your uncoolness cuts straight to my heart. And what on earth gave you that idea? My hearing is perfectly fine, mind you. Worry not, your introduction was perfectly fine. You certainly said your name and occupation well. However, the court's interest, I'm afraid, lies in your testimony, Mr. Mortimer. Hey now, no need to ask. The box has got you covered. Fair warning, though. This is gonna be the hell? Never even saw that word before. Gonna be the gidgiest testimony you've ever heard. Hold on to your wives, gentlemen, because Detective Barker's testimony is gonna rock your socks. Well then, I think I'll end the video here, YouTube. Goodbye. Wrong button!